Arabile, you'll remember that 2025-26, we have started the process of grant review. We are guided by the social assistance regulations that requires that from time to time, you need to check the people that you're paying the right people.
Hello guys, welcome to Amazon TV. I hope you are okay. So guys, today I want us to look at this thing SASSA ukuthi how do they know ukuthi banika abantu aba-right if benika ama-foreigner imali? I'm asking this because all these government departments ezithi we are doing this because you are not working. Like for example, if you go to the hospital as a South African, you need to produce a letter from Labor Department to show that you are not working. That's the requirement. There's no two ways about it. They need a letter from, before it was an affidavit, but they ended up saying they don't need the affidavit. Why? Because even a person who is employed can just go to the police station and say affidavit and then come back to produce at the hospital to claim that she or he is not working. Okay, that is understandable because it was true. I know, I've been there. I used that affidavit before. I produced, they don't check. They don't go through the computer to check using your ID to check if you are truly not employed. Okay, that one they decided to change because even people who are employed used to take advantage of that system, going to make an affidavit and then go to the hospital for free. So my question is, how are they babona kanjani ukuthi ama-foreigner wona awasebenzi? Angithi illegal, and our government, our constitution is saying whether legally or illegally, you have to get healthcare. You have to, you are, it's your right. Actually, it's your right to get healthcare in South Africa. So foreigners, whether they have this letter from the Department of Labor or they don't have, is the same thing because these people are employed. Our government is aware of that these people, those who are not employed, is because they don't want to be employed because of their businesses they are doing aside, or their dodgy businesses, illegal activities they are doing. Those are the ones that are not employed in South Africa because of other means of getting the income. They are doing other things. Then we go to SASSA. It's the same thing. This guy here from SASSA, uzositshela ukuthi they've blocked millions of beneficiary from SASSA grant, from the 350 grant. They've blocked those people. Those people are only South Africans. Those millions they are speaking about is only South African. They are speaking about only South Africans. Foreigners are still getting that 350 rands. Why? Because they are not in the system. It's not easy for them. They don't have papers. Why? Because in this country, everyone is allowed. They will tell you that these people are asylum seekers. As you all know that we are having even powder sellers, building hijackers, kidnappers are all asylum seekers in this country. So they are qualified. They are qualified to get the grant, to get whatever we are getting as the citizens, whether it's an RDP house, whether it's a grant. They have a right. The government is saying except the right to vote. They are not allowed to vote, but they are voting as well. We know that those asylum seekers and refugees, the so-called asylum seekers and refugees, they are voting in South Africa. So now, guys, let's just listen to him first, then we'll discuss this later.
This is very important because there's legislative requirements, and also to keep the efficiency of the grant system. We have started this process, and also to emphasize, Arabile, that our client knows, or some of them who doesn't know, that when you do application of a grant, you are expected to disclose your financial circumstances. There's quite a set of information that we request from you. and they supply that information. Then once the grant has been approved, there is a process that is expected that biannually you need to conduct a review just to make sure that the people that are the right people. You don't have some people that don't qualify in the process. Essentially because once a person applies, you'll find that the financial circumstances and also economic changes over time. People get employment and so forth. So when people get employment, because you will know that the grant is actually meant for those that are facing undue hardship. So it then necessarily say that you actually no longer qualifies.
How do they know that foreigners, illegal foreigners, are now employed? Why are they giving them this grant without any verification?
Hence, it is important that once you change, financial circumstances have changed, you notify SASSA that I'm now working. I'm getting money, so then come forward for review. Hence, we then launched this very rigorous process last year in 2025, and have communicated to the nation and say we need to maintain the integrity of the SASSA system.
Sure.
That's essentially where we started.
So as I was asking, Uguti, how are they verifying foreigners, illegal foreigners, from getting these 350 rands? As we are told that whether legally or illegally in the country, they are qualified to get healthcare, they are qualified to get everything that we are getting. As long as they are here, they belong here. The country belongs to all of them. Foreign nationals, illegal foreign nationals are working. Almost all of them are working as a cheap labor, of course. But no one is talking about them. The government is not saying anything about them. Uguti, how are we going to know if you are employed or you are not employed because you are an illegal foreigner? Our government is telling us that their parents, whether they are legally or illegally in the country, their children are qualified to go to school. The government is allowing everyone to get education in South Africa. Every child must get education in South Africa. No child must be left outside, must be left behind when it comes to education. So if we are busy up and down, busy collecting all these documents that are needed for us to be qualified to enter, foreigners are only required to bring affidavit in our schools. So the question is, as they are telling us that if you are not employed, you have to submit this, you have to all the requirements for an unemployed citizen, you have to produce this, you have to submit this and that, for the government to know that you are unemployed. Then they will render you will be qualified to get free services from the government, even though it's not for free, because even in our hospitals they are telling us it's for free, but you pay there plus minus 100 rand. You pay each and every visit at the hospital, you have to pay the money. In our schools we are paying, but they are telling us that it's a free education in South Africa because it's government. Okay, it's fine, that we understand. But what about foreigners? How do they know if a foreigner, if an illegal foreigner is working or not? Why are we getting the same service? Why are we getting the same treatment from the government with people who are employed? These people are working. We all know that. But no one is mentioning that okay, we are sure about South Africans. We know how many South Africans that are unemployed in South Africa. But how are you sure about the unemployment of illegal foreigners? Why are you giving them the same services that are given to unemployed South Africans? Can't you see that this is unfair for South Africans? And South Africans, they end up not getting all those things because of the requirements from them. For example, in our schools, we are required to bring a lot of documents and everything that some of them, it's very difficult, even some of them to get. But for foreigners, they must just bring affidavit. So how, if a foreigner is going to the hospital and they say, I'm not working, so that person is free to just get free medication. But for me, as a citizen of this country, I have to go through a very difficult process for me to get that free health care in my own country. I have to go to labor department. Remember, in our townships, there's no labor department around there. You have to use money to go to town for you to get to the offices of labor department. That's the stress of, you have to get money first. You are thinking about, I'm sick, I have to go to, maybe it's not even in your town. It's not all towns that are having these offices of Department of Labor. It's not everywhere that you will find that, oh, this is a labor department. No, you have to go far for you to get that letter that will allow you to get free medication at the hospital. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to state your own views on the comment section, like, share the video, and subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.